Boys, what is your least favorite holiday?
Ooh.
Actually, wait, let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Do you have a holiday that you liked before or hated before that you've now changed your mind on or changed your mind again? Do you have a holiday you liked, didn't like, didn't like? You have that?
That's an interesting one. I think for me, it might actually be New Year's Eve. And I've kind of done liked, didn't like. I've kind of gone through a cycle, almost exactly how you discussed it. Like when I was younger, it was cool. And then when you're like a teenager, you want to be with your friends, but you still can't be out that late past midnight, right? So then you don't like it. It's pointless. You're stuck at home with your family. Then when you're in college and 21, it's awesome again. And then there was just this period in my late 20s, I think, where nothing much happened. Like New Year's Eve parties, they started to kind of die down. And now they're kind of back up on the upswing, I think. So I've kind of gone through a roller coaster with New Year's Eve, ironically enough.
Yeah, as Dan's talking through that, I feel like there's a number of them where I would say my participation has dropped off considerably. And New Year's is one of them. I don't know that I used to always enjoy it, but I always used to get amped to have a big night out. And that's all, that night always was a big night out. And now I just I mean, we love the fact that we don't go anywhere for it. I kind of feel that way with St. Patrick's Day now because that was always my favorite holiday, but it's just St. Patrick's Day in your mid 30s is not the same as St. Patrick's Day in your mid 20s. It's just not. It's just not. And it's not going to be the same. And that's okay. And then I think this is the Halloween episode. I think Halloween is that way for me too. I used to get so excited to do the big night out with everybody and the big parties and stuff like that. And it's not that I hate it. It's just that my participation has changed. Once again, with a kid, another one on the way, it's just not the same. It's not the same. The logistics of it, got to find a sitter and all this, it's just not the same. So that's kind of the biggest change for me, I guess.
I gotcha. And you guys mentioning New Year's Eve, I was coming on here to say Halloween and how it just ebbs and flows for me. I hated it when I was a kid. And then once you get to 11th grade and then to college, it's just girls are wearing nothing. It's amazing. It's the greatest holiday ever. Yeah. And then it dies again. And then now it's I have a kid who's excited about trick-or-treating. So now it's exciting again to be in the house where she's walking around with a bag saying trick-or-treat. And I'm oh, I just put I don't know, baby wipes in her bag. Whatever I have, I just throw it in there. I don't, whatever. But New Year's Eve is funny for me because I got married on New Year's Eve. Best day to get married. No question. You give everybody a plan. Everyone throws a party. New Year's Eve, best day to get married. Worst anniversary possible because of everything you guys just said about New Year's Eve. It is the worst anniversary of all time. You can't go out to eat without all the nonsense. You can't do anything without all the nonsense and prefix menus and just all the craziness and crazy amount of Uber fees and all that stuff. It's we will never celebrate our anniversary on our anniversary unless we're in, I don't know, another country or something like that. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. That puts a whole new twist on what that holiday means to the two of you. And Chris, you mentioned St. Patrick's Day. I'm with you there too. I didn't think about that one at first, but as a kid, that literally meant nothing to me. I'm 0% Irish. So what are we doing? Oh, I can wear a green shirt to school to match with everybody else. Cool. That doesn't mean anything for me. But then when you're in the 20s, changes the game. And now it's kind of back on the outswing. What do we, going to work on St. Patrick's Day and I work the day after that. What am I going to do? There's nothing there. Go have a shitty green beer, right? That's about it. I think we've talked about that before. So that's a good one too.
Well, guys, welcome to the Brunch Breakdown. What's going on? This is the Friday edition of the Brunch Breakdown. It's Dee out here in Los Angeles. Chris and Dan are in Pittsburgh. And today on the show, it's all things Halloween. We're going to be doing a Halloween candy draft, which I cannot wait for. We're going to be doing a Halloween costume map, telling you which state is picking whatever costume they're picking. So also we got Brunch Court, Halloween, and the main course, guys. We watched HalloweenTown for the very first time. This is a movie that's near and dear to everyone's hearts except us. And we watched it, and we're going to talk all about that, plus what we're listening to. And boys, let's get it started the way we always do, with Dan telling everyone, him and his friend here, if you're watching on YouTube, where they can find the Brunch Breakdown.
That's right. We'll get into that in just a second here. But yes, you can find the Brunch Breakdown anywhere that you can find podcasts on this planet, including Apple, Spotify, Google, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Usually every Thursday. We're coming to you Friday this week, but typically every Thursday morning, those episodes are ready. Just hit follow, hit subscribe anywhere that you find your podcasts, and we will come to you each and every Thursday morning. Didi, you mentioned the full video episodes there. Also available traditionally Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. West Coast time, noon Eastern. And you can see my friend here and co-host in my studio here. This is Jerry, ladies and gentlemen, our skeleton friend, Jerry, joining us for the Halloween episode. I didn't name him. That's all I'll say, but that is his name. His name is Jerry. He's waving hello to all of you with his skeleton bones watching on the other side. So yes, find us on YouTube and Facebook. The full video episodes are there for you and available on demand anytime as well. Speaking of social media, you can find us literally everywhere else on that as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Triller, TikTok, everywhere at Brunch Breakdown. Make sure to follow us there. You get good content throughout the week, get you some highlight clips of our wonderful episodes we give to you each and every week. And of course, Spotify as well. You can find the Sounds of Brunch. We give you what we're listening to each and every week. The Sounds of Brunch playlist available on Spotify. Simply search for Sounds of Brunch.
Beautiful. Chris, let's get Brewsday started. What are you sipping on, man?
So it's the last episode of October for us, which means I'm going to do one more Oktoberfest beer. And this one isn't all that interesting. It's probably one that you've had before, but it deserves a feature because it's really damn good. And it's probably my favorite Oktoberfest, despite the fact that it's not a craft brew, the Sam Adams Oktoberfest. And this is kind of, I think, as we transition into winter here, we're going to find out that this is a Sam Adams appreciation podcast, because while that brewing company is nationwide, right? They're everywhere. Yeah. They have legitimately good beers. I did Boston Lager a few months ago doing the Oktoberfest. I'm sure I'm going to have a winter lager here in a couple of months, but the Sam Adams Oktoberfest is what I am sipping on. Just because it's darn good. So go grab yourself one. Grab yourself a Sam.
Not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. Like, I am a Sam fan for sure.
Yeah, that's a great pick. You can never go wrong with that one for sure.
All right, boys. Well, since this is the Friday edition of the Brunch Breakdown, I got a beer called Party Shirt Friday. Party Shirt Friday.
Party Shirt Friday.
Here. Yes, I love that Party Shirt Friday IPA with pineapple. Common Roots Brewing Company in South Glen Falls, New York. Yeah, so shouts to them. Shouts to South Glen Falls, New York. I don't know where that is, but if you do, yeah, Party Shirt Fridays. And it's funny, this is palm trees on it and all that, and this is a beer from New York where it's cold, but shouts to them for partying. We're going to try this one for the first time right now on El Brunch Breakdown. Let's do this.
Party Shirt Friday.
Oh, it smells amazing.
It reminds me of, remember T-shirt time from Jersey Shore? Yep. And that's a beer from New York. I don't know.
Might be it. Oh my God. Pineapple all day. Look at this bad boy.
The fact that you get that aroma, like as soon as you open that can, you
oh my God,
right away.
So. It hit me right in the face. I was like,
so it's got to be great.
Oh, this is great. Like, I'm trying not to drink all of this, but I'm going to. 6.9 ABV.
Have yourself a night, Didi. Let's go.
I know, seriously. Yeah. Shouts to Party Shirt Fridays. Common Roots Brewing Company. I love you. Shouts to you guys.
Amazing. Look at you coming in deep lately. I like that. I like that a lot.
Oh yeah.
For me, I'm gonna stick with the fall theme as well, because I've got a bunch more pumpkin and fall beers to go through, and I will share those with everybody, because if you know me, pumpkin season doesn't end until about February. So this week from the Lancaster Brewing Company out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, featuring a little smaller brewery here. They've got some great beers, but this is the baked pumpkin pie ale to really give you the flavor of a baked pumpkin pie. And actually, you've got pumpkin, spices, natural flavors, solid, really good, and not overly sweet. A pumpkin beer is usually balanced pretty well with the spice. And when you put pie on there, you can get a little sweet. You can get a little too sweet at times. This does not do that. So even though it's advertised as pumpkin pie, it's not overly sweet, not even really overly creamy. It's really, really solid. Really like the flavors in this one. So shouts to Lancaster Brewing Company in Western Pennsylvania here, and the baked pumpkin pie ale. So I'm gonna enjoy this one with you boys.
Love it.
How do you guys feel about pumpkin pie? Just like in general. Is it how high up is it on your list?
Do you want to completely clear off the menu and then we feel like we do this every week now. We can have an episode on pumpkin pie if you'd like.
Yeah, maybe
feel like with Thanksgiving coming up too, love it. I mean,
we'll put that on a future pie ranking episode.
Pie ranking, yeah, pie draft.
I'm not a fan of pumpkin pie. It's just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I'm
Shock
really
face
not
over here.
I'm really not a fan either, but
yeah. Enjoy that island that you two live on by yourselves.
Oh, all right. Well, boys, cheers. Big cheers.
Cheers. Cheers to Brewsday.
Cheers. Brewsday, Halloween. All right. Well, it's time to get it off our chest. Let's get some random topics off our chest. Chris, get us started, man. What's going on?
This one hit me honestly like 15 minutes ago. I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about today. To be quite honest with you, I heard that PETA was in the news again today, and I thought I might just throw it over to Didi to let him take my time because they want to rename baseball's bullpen. But then I thought, no, you know what? Something else came to my brain. So while Didi chews on that, I'm going to talk about just being a sports fan. I personally am in the midst of one of the most fun times I've ever had as a sports fan, because the football team that I root for, the team of all the sports teams that I care the most about, the Pitt Panthers football team, is having a very, very good season. And we don't get to say that a lot. We don't get to participate in that a lot. So it's been a lot of fun. They're 6-1. They're nationally ranked. They have a Heisman Trophy candidate at quarterback. Like, all of this is uncharted territory. But I've noticed that for this fan base that I'm a part of, and I think there are probably a lot of other fan bases that are just like ours, when the success starts to happen and it starts to snowball and you have win after win after win, people, for whatever reason, their brains go to, well, how can the next game get screwed up? And you kind of take like a mental turn to negative town. And I want to encourage you to just enjoy it, because you could spend your entire week this week getting excited and telling yourself all the fun things that are happening and all the fun things that you're going to participate in leading up to the game and how fun that game is going to be, and just like have a great week. Or you could choose to tell yourself why things are going to go terrible and have a terrible week, and then look back on it if they win and say, oh, I could have just had fun the whole week. So just have fun, okay? Like, the goalposts always move, right? If your team is supposed to be good and they start bad, then things are bad. And then the outlook changes. If your team is supposed to be bad and then things start good, then the outlook changes and you're hoping for good. Like, it always changes, okay? There's like one Alabama. The rest of the teams are going to have probably some bad times. Just enjoy the good times. I'm having a fantastic time. Very excited for another game this week. It's interesting. And I've been there as a sports fan. I've been there where you take the mental turn because you're too afraid to you take the team's cue and you're like, well, the team says we should go one game at a time, so I should go one. No, that's stupid. I don't know. Just have fun. Just have fun.
I like it. I'm with you. I think the same thing, same way. I think everyone just like needs a reason to get mad with sports now. I don't feel like it was that way, but maybe it was. We just see it because of like social media and stuff. But like, I don't know. Just be happy. Just be happy when your team's winning. Because they're just a group. They're just so like most teams are just mediocre, right? Most teams aren't good. And it's like even teams that like Alabama, like they're mad all the time. It's like LSU won a championship 2 years ago or whatever and fired their coach.
Yeah.
Like it's just we gotta just be happy about these things. Sports are fun. I'm with you. I'm happy that you are happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's challenging right now, right? Especially as a Pitt fan, because we've taken that turn often before. We know where the road's going, and we like want to think about it already. We're like, we know where this is going, but you don't. That's the thing, is you don't. You're just expecting that. You're preparing yourself for the worst. But yeah, at the end of the day, one team wins the national championship, right? Really in any sport, any one team wins the champ. It's going to end poorly for everybody else.
Yeah, right.
So enjoy the moments that you have, because that might be coming, but you won't enjoy it then. So enjoy it now.
Exactly. Don't put yourself in a position where you look back on a really fun season and tell yourself, I should have had more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoy it.
And boys, this is the reason why. This is good for a sports brunch. So maybe if Pitt keeps winning and doesn't blow this, like this is the reason why a 16 team or an 8 team or whatever, 12 team college football playoff is dumb. Because it makes everyone's season seem worthless. If Pitt goes to the Orange Bowl, how hyped are you guys going to be? You're going to be so amped. You guys are going to be buying tickets. You're going to be so hyped to go to this game. Doesn't matter what happens. You're hyped that Pitt was in the Orange Bowl. If you make it to the college football playoff where it's like, oh, everyone's just playing for the national championship, this season's trash. They lose, then you just forget about it.
Yeah, people are talking right now about our playoff odds, and I'm like, I'm not there. I'm, you know, like
there's a whole month to go.
I'm not there.
We're not there yet.
We're not going to move the goalposts that far that like, okay, so if they don't make that, then it's a disappointment. Stop it. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Just letting you know, if Alabama loses to Georgia in the SEC championship game and has 2 losses, and Pitt is right there with that 1 loss to Western Michigan, letting you know, guys, Alabama. It's not happening.
It's
Get ready for the Orange Bowl.
No doubt.
100%. That's why I'm like, don't do that to yourself. Don't put yourself in that place.
Dan, get it off your chest.
I was going to go a sports approach based on a experience I've had lately. But I'm going to save that. I'm going to say that Chris had a good one there. So I'm going to save that for maybe a sports brunch in a couple of weeks. And I'm going to go Halloween theme since we're going Halloween this week. A word of advice regarding Halloween. Don't take Halloween too seriously, but also take it kind of seriously. Let me kind of explain. Let me kind of work that out here. Okay.
You're not stitious, but you're a little stitious.
I'm a little stitious. Right. So for Halloween, don't sit at home because you don't like to be scared. That's not a reason not to go enjoy Halloween, right? Go out. Have a good time.
I feel seen, Dan.
Go out, have a good time. You don't like to be scared. Most people don't like to be scared, right? There are other things to do. You can go to a house party, right? You can go to a Halloween themed bar or a regular bar that might have some specials there, or have a like family Halloween dinner, little bash thing, whatever you want to do. Or if you like to be scared, go to a haunted house. Do that crazy stuff. There's something for everybody, right? There are plenty of holidays. It's ironic. This kind of goes back to what we opened with your question, Didi. There are plenty of holidays to sit around and do nothing for. President's Day, Columbus Day, Arbor Day, plenty of other holidays where you can sit around and do nothing and not feel bad about it, right? Not like you're missing out on something. But on the other hand, if you do go out for Halloween, and you decide to go to like a costume party, somewhere that's there's some theme going along, some party or an event, dress up a little bit, have some fun with it. Don't be Jim from The Office and be 3-hole punch Jim, or when he went his Facebook and wrote book on his face. Like, You can do a little bit better than that. Go to Spirit, like everybody else. Go find a cheap $30 costume where you get the whole thing from head to toe. You can wear it again next year. It's not a long, super long-term investment there. Don't be the only lame at the party without a costume on. You're just like wearing a shirt like me, being like, oh, this is Halloween colors, right? It's purple and black. So it can be simple, but have some fun with it. Eat some candy, have a vampire themed cocktail, wear some weird makeup on your face, and just have a good time. Remember, Halloween isn't just about the kids. Obviously, there's a shift when you have kids, right? As the two of you have explained. But if you're not there yet, or the kids are a little bit older, find a balance. So take Halloween kind of seriously, but also not too seriously. Just find that balance and have a good time.
Nice. Goodwill, thrift shops. That's a good place to find.
There you go. Absolutely. Get a little weird one night a year. This is a night to get weird. Be scary. You get scared or anything like that. Just enjoy. I feel like with my friend Jerry here.
At the very least,
really like you too.
I feel like at the very least, like you probably have like a jersey in your house and like a helmet.
How many years did we go as the Mighty Ducks where we literally wore the Mighty Ducks t-shirt and hockey gloves?
Yeah.
Minimal effort, but enough to, be a part of the program, be part of the team. Yeah. Perfect example. Thank you.
Beautiful. All right. Mine's Halloween themed too, guys. And this is a story that we didn't talk about on the show, but I was just going to save it for Halloween. So in Ohio, a kid went through a haunted house and got stabbed by a real knife. Kid's fine, but like this actor in the haunted house thought that he needed a real knife to scare people. Listen, if your haunted house is not scary enough that you felt like you needed a real knife, then make your haunted house like scarier. Do something to make your thing scarier. And if you feel like your costume needs a knife, your costume isn't scary enough. We don't need real weapons to scare people for Halloween, guys. Don't care what the ages are. I don't care if you're an adult or if you're younger or whatever. You don't need real weapons for your Halloween costume, okay? You can scare people just fine just by looking creepy or whatever it is. We don't need real guns or real knives or real anything for Halloween, all right? Just everyone out there, enjoy Halloween. Similar to what Dan said, don't take it that serious. Like, don't take it that serious, and everyone can have a safe and happy Halloween, because accidents happen too easy and you do not need to do that stuff. Silly. Had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, the least surprising thing about that headline was that stabbing takes place at haunted house in Ohio was the least surprising thing about that. Shout out to our friends and listeners in Ohio. But it just kind of made me laugh. And then if you read some of the details about this thing, right? Like the mom came down and was trying to support her son, but like ultimately she was there to get the knife back for her kitchen. Do you remember reading that part about she was like trying to get it back? They're like, no, this is evidence. She was like mad that he took one of her nice knives from her kitchen and she thought she would never get it back because it was a nice knife or something like that. Just absolutely wild and crazy. And yeah, like 4th of July, that's already the Halloween for, incidents to take place, blowing off fingers and pyro and stuff like that. We don't need 2 holidays where we need to really be concerned about our life and death whenever we're trying to celebrate.
I'm glad you said this, Dee, because I've been seeing a lot of I saw that story, and I've also been seeing a lot of just videos of haunted house workers that are like super in character and dressed up and scary, and then doing everything they can to terrify the people that come to the haunted house. You guys know I don't like haunted houses. That's not my thing. But like the psychology of the person that's what they do. I just don't like the combination of that. I don't like the people that work at the haunted houses, because I think like they're a little something, maybe screw loose, and then they do something like this. They take a knife and like they're so in character and so into their job that they stab a child. I'm never going to these places. It's ridiculous. I hate them. I just hate them. I hate them. And I don't think I like people that work at them either. I think just all of them. I don't think I like any of them.
I love it. Chris is like, I hate them. I hate them all. I hate them.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
I'm a nice person overall, but some things, that's one of them.
Well, that was getting off our chest. Now let's get into the main course, guys. HalloweenTown, a loved Halloween movie by so many people, except us. We've never seen this movie before, but we watched it for you, for the Brunch Breakdown listeners. And initial thoughts, guys. How did it feel to sit down and watch HalloweenTown?
So what I thought was important, and I had to tell myself this, and I almost texted you guys to give you like the same heads up, hoping you would have done the same. Realizing this movie was made in the 90s, 98, 96, 90, something like that, right? Disney Channel original. It's on Disney Plus right now. That's where we were able to watch it. And so we're watching this for the first time, and probably the only 3 people apparently on the planet that have never seen this movie. So I really had to stop before I hit play and say, this movie is not for you today, right? We always say, Chris, you make a great point, who this is for. And I had to tell myself, this movie is not for me today. This movie is for me 20 years ago. And I had to kind of put myself in that mindset so I could really judge the movie and not like get down to the nitty gritty details on whether or not it was a good movie. I had to watch it as a child, put myself in the mentality. It's hard to get out of, but I did that. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but I think only because I really took a moment, a pause, and had to really reverse my brain a little bit and say, this is not for you to enjoy today. You won't enjoy it if you think as a 35-year-old, this is a great movie. So that helped a lot.
I like 10 minutes into it, as it started to get rolling, I was like, I can't believe there's another hour and 15 minutes of this movie. And then I was like, no. This movie was for you when you were 11, not 34. And that helped me stick through it. I also could not help but just do like a compare and contrast that the last movie that people have seen, but we haven't, was Goodfellas. And we had so much stuff to say about Goodfellas, obviously, because it's a historic movie. And then I'm sitting here trying to like pick apart how I feel about HalloweenTown. It's interesting, man. Like you guys said, there were a lot of people on social media that were like, yeah, it's a staple in our household come Halloween time. And I assume it's because all of those 11-year-old us's saw it except for us.
While watching this movie, I just thought like, man, this is long, and it wasn't long. Like,
did you really? I thought it was
I
refreshingly short compared to like Goodfellas, which I enjoyed. So that really was like $1.24. This is easy. I get this done before dinner.
Wow. Are we comparing HalloweenTown and Goodfellas now?
We did it. We opened the door.
What are the
big problem?
What are the similarities between Goodfellas and HalloweenTown? I had my notes app open because when we do this, I always like to write notes on things that I see, and I don't have that many notes, guys. I was just like, man. One thing I will say about this, to start conversation on HalloweenTown, is I think this movie could be done better now. And not scary, still for kids, still the same plot, but I just think there are some things about HalloweenTown, specifically the HalloweenTown, there should be more costumes. Like, there should be Disney princesses walking around. There should be Michael Jackson impersonators running around. Like, there should be people in costumes. Mighty Ducks should be running around. There shouldn't just be people with pumpkins on their head and that's HalloweenTown. That's boring. That's not Halloween.
That's the problem. That's the one problem I had, is that there weren't actual costumes. It was just like a land of creatures, like it was like Cleveland or something, where they just had normal arms and hands and legs, but their faces and heads were all weird and manipulated and different. Like, what? We didn't have enough in the budget to at least, do some paint on the arms or the hands, or give people some gloves or something
Yeah.
like that. That was one thing that I thought, well, Disney Channel original, but could have thought a little bit more outside the box there.
Yeah, let's pause on that for a second, because like with these Halloween themed movies in general, I just like, for some reason, it's a turnoff to me when like we're operating in a world where these just like creatures that have human bodies but just grotesque heads exist. I have no desire to watch that. I absolutely, I don't know why. There's no specific reason, but like I don't know. The vampires at the orthodontist, and the orthodontist has like a 12-foot head and a 12-foot nose and looks like an ogre, but like the rest of the body's, I don't know. I hate that. I feel like I can't put my finger on why, but I don't like it.
That scene specifically was a problem.
Yeah.
I was like, don't need this. People pulling teeth, not fun for me. Never. Don't care if it's on Disney Channel or if it's on a Saw movie. It doesn't matter. I don't need to see that.
But also it made you really realize how bad standard definition TV was, because now it's been, cleaned up a little bit for Disney, and you could clearly see a black tooth where they pulled the vampire fang, and I'm like, oh, baby, they didn't think about this when they made this movie. Well, did you guys, here's a question. Did you guys see the ending kind of coming? Did you expect the mayor to be the bad thing, the bad man? Was that written all over the walls? Were you kind of like, oh, I didn't see that coming?
From the first scene we saw him, yes, absolutely.
That's funny. I actually thought it was going to end up being the kid's dad. And Katie was like, no, that's the bad guy. Katie had it immediately, and she was right.
I
like that movie. I like your movie better. Not gonna lie.
I wonder if that's how Halloween High ends. Remember, that's like the sequel, right? I was tempted because it pops up, and I was like, I kind of want to watch it. Kind of want to see what happens. Grandma Cromwell, she moved back in. How do they get back there? Why do they go back there if she moves? Why would Grandma Cromwell want to move in back to human world? That I also didn't understand. Just because she could be with her family. And here's the other thing: the kids were totally shocked to see Grandma come back on Halloween, when we find out she can literally only come into that world one day a year and has to be gone before midnight. So it's Halloween. So it seems like it's a theme. Every Halloween she's back. Every Halloween. Oh, we haven't seen Grandma in over a year. What a surprise. Oh, you can't stay overnight? No, you're 13 now, and Grandma's come back one day a year at most, the same day, and has to leave at the same time. Why is there a surprise there that she's there or when she has to leave? You'd think that would catch on in a couple of years, right?
I don't know. I will tell you, I felt like watching this movie the entire time I was the little brother that was just like, this is all kind of bullshit. I don't like it. He was like constantly trying to explain away HalloweenTown. And I was with him. I was like, yeah, I don't want to be here either. I don't think it's real. I feel like I'm in a bad dream watching this movie, and I would like us all to wake up.
I thought too, I related to the youngest because she obviously the whole time has powers and knows it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the older sister who has no powers, we find out that the younger one has some powers, or the middle child has some powers, but she has no powers. She just takes over. And you're just like, wait, you don't have any ability other than you're just older, right? And I was the youngest grandchild, right? The youngest one. So like I have a lot of older cousins and stuff like that, and no one ever listened to me, even though like sometimes I would actually be right. And I felt the younger character where they're all like trying to open the lock, and she just is like, yeah, like it's open now. And then like so many times during the movie she just does something and they're like, oh, well, how'd you do that? And she's like, I don't know.
She turns the memorizing the spell, she turns it into a Kanye verse, and all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, I got that, I remember that, I made a song out of it. You what? You heard that once.
She did just make a song out of nowhere. I didn't even think about that. She just out of nowhere, just like, oh yeah, like I'm singing a song now. It's gonna go down.
Yeah, I don't know. The oldest one just had that want to. She had the initiative, and that's why without her, they probably wouldn't have gotten it done. Right? You need a hype man. She was kind of the hype man.
Was she in another movie that we would know? Because
she
familiar.
Yeah. She definitely, and I didn't look it up, but she was definitely in other Disney Channel original movies. There also was a very scary moment today when we watched HalloweenTown last night. And then today I pull up TikTok. And if you ever want to notice if your phone is listening to you and everything that you're doing, the first video on my For You feed on TikTok was of that actress. Now she has like 1.3 million followers on TikTok. She's extremely popular. And the video I got was like a HalloweenTown before and after. It was like her and some kid in one of the sequels. Then now they were together in the TikTok video. Didn't like that. That was the scariest thing that happened in HalloweenTown was the next day when I opened TikTok. She was definitely in other movies.
She wasn't the girl in Little Giants, was she? Icebox?
No, but the whole time I thought that was like, she looked like her, but
looks
it
a
wasn't
lot like her. Okay,
and
that's
then
not her.
The brother I thought was Minkus from Full House. Or is that Boy Meets World?
Minkus is Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World. Yeah,
Boy Meets World.
He
I
also
thought
looked
that
familiar.
was him.
Yeah,
and it's just not him. So
yeah, they all look familiar, and I thought, okay, so I thought the same thing about Little Giants, but I thought, okay, if it wasn't that, definitely some other Disney Channel originals that we probably have seen, but probably aren't as popular.
Well, she is in the classic Bringing Down the House with Steve Martin and Queen Latifah. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Naturally.
Great
Classic.
one.
Classic.
She was in 2 episodes of the Olsen Twins, Two of a Kind.
May have seen that. May have seen that. No lie.
You know what? If we were to be like Olsen Twins movie that you haven't seen, I wouldn't be able to participate because I've seen them all too. So I can't. I can't hate. Seen them all several times. I can't hate.
Okay, good.
I love the Olsen Twins movies, man.
We had all the VHS. Yeah,
dude, all of them. Brother for Sale still slaps.
Only 50 cents. He's not a big expense. Oh, let's go. You can hug him, you can bug him, you can buy or rent.
This has to stop. Make it stop. Move on. This has to stop. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Let's go on the playlist. I hope it's on Spotify.
Dude, it's gotta be. If it's not, Mary Kay, Ashley, we need your music on Spotify. We need it. We need it. This is how the people were with like the Beatles on streaming. We need Ashley. We need Mary Kate and Ashley on streaming services.
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, guys, any final thoughts on our HalloweenTown first watch?
Grandma Cromwell was the only one that didn't get uglier or better looking when she moved worlds. I don't understand that. Every other person did on the bus. She's the only one. She's like the only normal looking person in HalloweenTown. I don't buy it. And they completely stole the idea of that bag from Mary Poppins, of her bag. It was completely, it just moved like a dog behind her. Like, I didn't like that. But I thought it was a good movie. I did. I enjoyed it. Again, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, because this is not for me. It was like trying to think, what would me watching Hocus Pocus for the first time right now think? Probably wouldn't think it'll be all that good, right? But if you grew up watching it, I can kind of get how that becomes a staple, I guess, because you can get it over with quickly.
Maybe. I didn't like it.
Yeah, me either. I didn't like it either.
This is like The Rock and Tech 9. Like, Dan's into it. Me and Didi are just stop.
I won't make it a Halloween tradition, that's for sure. I'll probably never watch it again. But again, I thought it could have been much worse.
Yeah, I didn't like.
I might watch Halloween High, but I won't watch this one again.
God. Well, let's get on to our next topic here. Chris, bring it up. let's draft some Halloween candy, shall we? I am ready to do this. Let's go. I'm very interested to see. We didn't flip a coin or anything. Who's got the first pick?
Ooh.
How do we do it?
Put up a random draft generator real quick. We didn't have that on standby.
I know, seriously.
I'll find that. You guys run through this list of candy.
Dan, let them know.
Oh, so we're drafting these candies only? Is that what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my list is useless. Cool. So we have a list of 12 candies here to choose from in our Halloween candy draft. Starting off with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Sour Patch Kids, Heath Bars, Starbursts, Snickers, Jolly Ranchers, Haribo Gummy Bears. Need to point that out. Nerds, Charleston Chews. What is this other one? What is this white thing?
Peanut butter bar. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That I'll tell you what that is. That is going to be the last pick in this draft. That's what it's.
Yeah, I don't know what
that is. Yeah. Milk Duds and candy corn to round out the 12. So Mr. Irrelevant has already been chosen.
Unfortunately, I think I'm going to get whatever that is because I came in third. Our order for this draft is going to be Dan, followed by Dee, followed by Chris. So Dan, you are on the clock. And what is the pick?
Don't take 15 minutes for something you've been waiting for 12 months. All right? Don't have time for this shit.
Yeah, this is easy. Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, forever and always number one overall. Easy pick for me.
All right, my first round pick is going to Starburst.
That's
brutal. It was a dagger. It was an audible dagger from Chris Gates there.
That is brutal. This is just going to be an awful draft.
You're already defeated.
Yeah.
You're just hurt.
Man. You guys remember when Mac Jones was drafted and how he looked when he was walking up to the podium?
Yeah.
Like running.
Yeah. Like the way he looked speed walking in a suit is how I feel emotionally right now. I Jolly Ranchers, I guess.
Wow. All right, so we going back to me, or you want to go Snake? I guess we didn't figure that out.
We go back.
Let's go Snake. Let's go Snake. Yeah, make it more interesting.
Okay, then that's me again.
Great. So I get the peanut butter shitheads. All right, fine. They look like
compare them with your peanut butter cups, Dan. It'd be great.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay, then I'm gonna go Snickers, I think.
Oh, nice. I am going with Sour Patch Kids with my second pick.
I thought that was gonna be your first pick. I thought I was in the clear. You love those. Why aren't they your first?
Because I wanted to steal.
That's ridiculous. Can we? There's gonna be a post-draft trade.
Okay, so back to me. Woo-hoo. Give me the Haribo. Give me the gummy bears. If it wasn't Haribo, I'd be leaving them off the board, but they're just difference makers. I got to go with the gummy bears.
For my third pick.
Wait, Dan gets two.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dan gets two. My bad.
Oh,
go ahead.
Back
to back.
Thank you, Chris. Nerds. Taking Nerds. Gotta go with the Wonka brand. Love me some Nerds. So taking
third
Nerds.
pick. Might be controversial. Candy corn.
Take it.
Good. Take it.
Have it.
Goodness gracious.
You just wasted a high pick on that. You could have signed that as a free agent after this draft.
You could just let the clock run out on your pick. Don't even take it.
The hatred for candy corn, I will
just
never
deserved.
understand.
It's justified.
It's just like every year, it's like somebody's got something to say about. Everybody's got something to say about candy corn, and like candy corn is loved.
Yeah.
This one time a year, let us be happy. Let us be great.
Us. You.
Hashtag candy corn lovers.
Yeah, unite all two of you.
It's like
candy
one
corn
of those
lovers
things.
unite.
It's like everybody hates it except for this one person. It's like, okay, are 99 people wrong? All 99 people are wrong, and just the one guy in the corner with his sack of candy corn he's the smart guy? That's what you're telling me?
I'm sorry that you don't have the sophisticated palate that I have to know that candy corn is great.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, waxy sugar. I don't know how you get those taste buds. That's genetics.
It's not good.
Let's really appreciate that.
That's what it is. Oh boy, we do not have a lot of winners left here. I'm gonna go Milk Duds and Heath Bars.
Oh, you just like completely
wow
wrapped up the chocolate category.
Yeah. Damn.
All right, so Dady, there's only 2 left for you to pick from there.
I mean, shouts to Eminem, going with Charleston Chew. I don't know if I've ever had a Charleston Chew before, but I know that line in that song. So, choke you to death with a Charleston Chew. Slim Shady.
I'm trying to look up exactly what this.
Okay, Dan gets the peanut butter bar.
It's
like it looks like the Hardee's logo.
Yeah, it does. Atkinson's peanut butter bar.
Sure.
Is what that is.
Can we bring this back around to HalloweenTown real quick? When they were all hyped about the candy in their grandmother's bag, it was all like old people candy that you would see like on your grandmother. Yeah, it was like all old people candy. Like, I'm surprised they didn't have the little like the strawberry wrapped things that I've still never seen in the store, but they're at every grandparent's house. And the kids were losing their mind over it. No one cares about that candy, but you know, that's what that looks like to me. Something that's at your grandma or great grandparents' house.
That may be true. I think this is a value pick. I'm reading the description. This is actually, I'm glad I got this over Charleston Chew. It says they're crunchy, they're crispy, they're almost flaky, and they're truly addictive. Peanut butter bars are your perfect if you love peanut butter. Boom, this guy does. Texas grade A jumbo peanuts are slowly roasted until they are toasty golden brown, releasing each nut's full deep peanut flavor. Each piece is wrapped to hold in the fresh roasted peanut flavor. What a value pick. Peanut butter bars. Yeah, hell yeah.
Wow.
It's like that's the Tom Brady of the draft.
That's right. Yeah. Looks bad with a shirt off, but get him behind the line of scrimmage. We're good to
go. Okay, now here's my question. Post draft. Didi,
all right.
Can I throw a package deal at you to get Starburst?
Okay, let's see what you got.
Well, on my roster right now are Jolly Ranchers, Snickers bars, Milk Duds, and Heath bars. Any combination of those 4 that, you know, you could add to your roster and feel like you had a better team, even though you had to get rid of Starburst.
This is like big NBA trade right here because I have an asset that I need to like get rid of.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah, I'm going to man, I will give you Starburst, Charleston Chew, and cash for Snickers and Milk Duds.
Oh, that's a deal.
Oh,
that's a deal. That is 100% a deal. We gotta get. Let's all right. I'll draft the paperwork. We'll send it to the league office. This is as good as gone. As good as gone. Let's go. All right. So then, that means on my roster now, Starburst, Jolly Ranchers, Heath bars, Charleston Chew. Dee has,
Yes.
I don't remember.
Snickers, Sour Patch Kids, Milk Duds, and candy corn. There's nothing better than that.
Edie, you got hosed in that trade. I don't understand what you were thinking. You could have gone a 2-for-1. I think Chris
No.
would have taken it.
No, I wanted to get rid of the Charleston Chew.
Yeah.
I needed the Snickers, the Milk Duds,
Okay.
Sour
okay.
Patch Kids. Can't
Understandable.
Come on.
Understandable.
Well, now that the transaction has been completed, Dan, I would have given all 4 to just get started.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like you were so desperate. You're like, any combination of those 4. I'm like, dude, say 3. Say 3 of them.
Yeah.
And then that leaves me with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Haribo Gummy Bears, Nerds, and the value pick, the peanut butter bar, the mini peanut butter bars.
You got to
I
find
love
one of those.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be on the lookout.
Yeah. If you find them, let me know. I need to pick some of these up because it sounds like I would like them. Is that white? That's got to be white chocolate, or is that the wrapper?
Oh, solid question.
Because in the description I saw, it didn't quite say that. No, it's covered. It's got to be white chocolate, I guess. It's covered in white. It looks moldy, but it sounds delicious.
Enjoy.
Well, we will put our picks up
Maybe.
on social media, and you can decide who had the best Halloween candy draft. All right, let's go to this costume map. See what every state is dressing up as, or at least searching for the most on the internets. And gotta say, first thing that stands out to me, Texas princess. I would have expected cowboy. Would not have expected princess, but I guess that's the opposite. Cowboys in Texas, I guess they got to dress up as something for Halloween. Can't just be a cowboy. So princess.
The first thing that I noticed, and this is probably a sign of my age. Maybe you two can help me out. I just don't understand how you go as Fortnite.
California, Montana, Michigan, Maine, all Fortnite, huh?
How does one do that? I don't get it. I don't get it. But I've never seen. I know it's a video game.
Yes, there are characters in the game.
Okay, so you're going as a Fortnite character. That makes more sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless
like,
someone
if
is
I-
actually going as, I don't know how you just dress up as the package. I don't know.
Yeah, right. In my head, I was like, that's like if I wanted to go as NHL 99. Like, how do you do that?
It's an interesting array of states with that too, though, right? Like California, Montana. Like Montana, you probably got nothing better to do. You sit around, play video games. Michigan in the winter, Maine. There's a lot of nature stuff in Maine. California, you can literally do anything in the entire world that you want to, literally all year long. But big video game place. So interesting. Fortnite on there. The ones that stuck out to me were North Carolina and New Jersey with Pennywise, which is the clown from It. And I think it's important to note as we look at this, and if you're watching with us along the lines here too, that, like you said, Dee princess, we see witch on here, Spider-Man's on here a lot, mostly kids stuff, right? Mostly kid stuff. And these states have Googled these so much that many people want to go as like the most disturbing clown on the planet ever created, Pennywise, North Carolina and New Jersey. Like what's going on there? Like what is wrong with you people that there is some sort of deep connection? Maybe I haven't seen It in a long time. The original one. Was the setting in one of these two states for that movie? Perhaps maybe there's a deep-rooted connection. I don't know. It seems a little too twisted for what else is on this map.
That's another good one, Dan. Let me talk about Pennywise and It for a second. People that if you are the type of person that has a sewer grate outside of your house and you think it's funny to put a red balloon outside of it, no. you should be kicked out of every neighborhood. That goes along with these people that work at haunted houses. I don't like the psychology of that. I don't want to live near it. I'm telling you right now, do not. I don't like it. Unfortunately, I'm going to North Carolina in 2 weeks. So,
hey, me too.
Really?
We'll have to talk about that off the air. That's weird.
Yeah. All right.
The Harley Quinn costume still popping.
Yeah. That's
Six states is Harley Quinn.
I can't believe it's still going strong. Like, as soon as I remember when I saw the costume, because like I'm not a comic book person, when that first Suicide Squad movie came out, I was like, oh yeah, that's it right there. And plus it's Margot Robbie, come on. And I was like, every girl's gonna do that. But I can't, it's been years since that movie came out now.
Well, when would the new one come out? That was Birds of Prey. Well, I feel like that was last year still, though, wasn't it?
That's right. They put out her that was just like the Harley Quinn movie.
That was featured around her in like a different group. So
that's right.
But I'm still surprised that 6 states it's come up that much and that people are kind of going with that costume again. I'll tell you what, when I was a Joker years ago, plenty of Harley Quinns out there. Worked out well.
Man.
And shout out to like people who have to Google mouse costume. Like I thought some of the like dinosaur, angel. I feel like some of these like, why are you Googling it? Like, you know how to make that. You've seen a pirate. You know what a pirate looks like. You know how you shouldn't have to figure out where to get the materials, or I need a visual aid to figure out what this looks like. No. That's so kind of lost a little respect for a lot of these states that had to Google that.
Yeah, Alaska's on that list. You thought they would have gone with a little bit more of a fluffier, heavier costume there for Alaska in October. Maybe some a little warmer. I could understand that. But yeah, like you've got witch on here. You've got clown on here. But mouse. There's more like a handful of states. That's a popular kids costume, I suppose.
I'm just embarrassed with witch. Like, who has to Google witch? Because this is based off of Google searches. And if you need a witch hat, I understand you just go to Amazon and you get a witch hat, right? Like, or you go to the Spirit Halloween store or wherever you are and you get a witch hat. You don't look it up. I don't need to know. Who needs to know how to dress like a witch?
Yeah. Ooh, need ideas. Which costume?
Yeah. How do I make this look
Inspiration.
good?
Go to Google.
What? It's like there's witch and there's sexy witch. There's no other witch. That's it. You don't have to look that up. I don't get it. Clown, same thing. I don't get what are you trying to do? What are you Googling for clown?
Yeah. A lot of Spider-Man on here too.
Yeah.
When's the last Spider-Man movie? Let me change that. When's the last good Spider-Man movie?
Dude, everyone loves the cartoon one. The into the Spider-Verse or
Spidey.
Whatever. Whatever the one is that people love. There's the cartoon one that like the movie cartoon one that came out.
Okay. Like people I need to see that one. I need more Batman on here. Who's there up in the Northeast there? Superhero. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Isn't that like New Hampshire?
Don't you get a little bit more specific?
Vermont, maybe.
I don't know. What state is that?
I just call it all New England.
It's either New Hampshire or Vermont. Superhero? Like, you need to be more specific.
Well, see, now I'm
generic superhero.
Superhero. When I Google that, the first superhero that comes up.
Did you mean Batman?
It actually tells you like information on what definition of a superhero, but the first one that comes up is Superman.
Of course.
Which makes sense. Also not on the map. Interesting.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. I don't want to call states stupid, but
yes, you do.
There's just
but some of them should really Really think about the thought process behind the Google searches here.
Like, is that Arizona? Yeah, Arizona with pirate.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's other states with pirate. Maybe we're just creative people, guys. Maybe that's what it is. And we just don't understand that you have to Google pirate or witch or who the angel. Who shouts to the homies in Ohio, angel? You have to Google an angel costume?
Right.
I'm lost. But happy Halloween.
Yeah.
On to Brunch Court. Dan, what we got?
We got 2 quick items for Brunch Court today. Wanted to keep it Halloween themed. So let's start with the good folks at Red Vine. All right. We've discussed Red Vines here before. The ugly sister of Twizzlers, right? These are the backup brand. You got Red Vines. And here this year, they have introduced candy corn flavored Red Vines. Apparently, they have a kind of like a more of a honey sweetness to them because candy corn has no real distinct flavor besides wax and sugar. So they are orange. They are orange vines. They are candy corn flavored Red Vines. Chris, I'm going to you first because I think we know where our good friend Mr. Dudley might come down on the side of the fence here.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Fair enough. Go ahead, Didi.
The answer is yes. I see nothing wrong with this. I like Red Vines and I like candy corn. Nothing wrong with that. All for it.
No, this should. There's a reason this hasn't been done before. There's an absolute reason this hasn't been done before, and it shouldn't have been to begin with. So, no way. Guilty as charged. Lock them up. No go in the Red Vines. That was easy.
Wrong.
This second
guys.
one, I think is going to get a little bit more interesting, right? I'm trying to stick on. I know candy corn's a hot topic, especially on this podcast where somebody enjoys it. So we've got a different, more distinct candy corn for Halloween. Nerds candy corn. So it's a candy shell outside and a soft and chewy inside. Tastes like Nerds in the shape. At least that's the goal, in the shape of candy corn. So it's not actually candy corn. It just looks like it, but it's like a soft and chewy nerd candy instead. Chris.
Okay, so that's a big clarification because I thought that this was Nerds flavored as candy corn, but this is Nerds flavors shaped as candy corn. Thank you for
Correct.
clarifying that.
Yes.
Number 2, is that your hand?
Again, no. What do you think I've been eating? Do you see there's some meat on that bone?
Dan.
And not a lot of color. Not a lot of color.
There's we're getting like an inch and a half of that person's wrist. You never know. It's hard to tell if that's your wrist or not. Okay. It's a white person. You're a white person. I had to ask the question. You also love grocery. You also love to taste test things.
Yes.
And you also love sweet things. Okay. I've been to brunch with you. I've
fair.
seen you in action.
All fair.
I was initially a no on this, but now that you clarified, I mean, Nerds are delicious. So sure.
I'm here for it. I think it's cool. Change it up for Halloween. Same as Nerds. They just look weird though. I wish they would have done a little bit more to make them look like candy corn. Because if you look at that, it really literally looks like this pack. They fell asleep on the job. Maybe the early ones that they put out look all like candy corn, like it does on the package right there. But I don't know what they were. I think they got to the end of the day and they were just like, fuck it. Like we're done.
Yeah, I'm here for the idea. The execution is so bad that I can't let this pass. It's like they're like dinosaur turds. Like the shapes of these like slightly resemble candy corn, but this is a complete, butch job here. They completely biffed this. They've messed this up. These shapes are terrible. Like you had a bowl of this and you didn't have the bag, you'd have no idea what this was trying to be or supposed to be. I'm sure the tastes great, but no, because they lost me on the execution. I can't let it go. And it's not because of candy corn. It's just because of the mold that they decided to use. It's nowhere close to candy corn. Can't do it.
Yeah, that's fair. They're just like lumpy and weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like one of them looks like a bowling pin. I'm saying that pink one in the middle. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
The other one looks like a drumstick, a chicken drumstick in there.
Yeah, I don't know what they were trying. I don't know. I really think they fell asleep on the job. So if you got one of the earlier batches, send it to the Brunch Breakdown. We want to see what they look like.
Yeah.
Oh, now let's get into what we are listening to. It has been a while, gentlemen, and I've got some great ones. I'm going to start first off. Big Sean put out a great song recently, and he's got an EP that comes out. Actually, when you're listening to this, it'll be out. He's got an EP that's coming out, 5 songs, super excited about it, and it's called What a Life, and it is just Big Sean at his just absolute best. I love it so much. What a Life. If you're a Big Sean fan, this is what you want to listen to, and it's just super good. So check it out.
Nice. I'll go next. I kind of like my earlier rant to start the episode. I discovered this band like a couple hours ago by accident. Are you guys familiar with the band Turnstile?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put their song Mystery on the playlist this week. I don't even know how to describe these guys. Like their live shows are insane. Like the minute their live shows start, fans are rushing the stage and jumping back into the pit and going back and forth. Like, I mean, it's like the minute they strum one chord on the guitar, it's like insanity. There's so much energy. There's so much energy to the songs, but then they'll like have these moments where they pull back and like, it's just bass. And you think like, it's like a jazz riff on like, it's just the craziest, I guess, alternative rock band I've listened to in a really long time. So I'm going to put their song Mystery on the playlist. They have a new album out this year called Glow, which I haven't gotten to dig into too much because I just found out these guys exist. But it's pretty wild, and see what you guys think.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And Chris, shouts to your boys Midfield. I don't know if you have them coming up, but yeah, shout out to them for giving some love to the Brunch Breakdown. Very cool. Have some mimosas with the boys sometime in the future.
Love it.
For me this week, I'm starting off with, see if this rings a bell for either of you, The Anxiety.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Didi, so had no idea. This is Willow Smith and Tyler Cole, this group that they created last year, apparently, right? And so they had one album come out, and they've recently re-recorded their single in a live version, and it's picking up a lot of steam now, called Meet Me at Our Spot. And I just absolutely love this style. This isn't the new age kind of pop punk Willow that we're getting now, the Travis Barker type of stuff, right? This is different. And I love this style too. Both of their voices are really incredible. You hear much more of what Willow Smith can do vocally in a track like this versus some of the more creative stuff that she's doing now. But Meet Me at Our Spot, I'm going to put the live version on there that they just released not that long ago from The Anxiety.
Yeah, I really like the Anxiety album. It's because it's the same thing I think about Willow's album too, is that like they're kind of just like throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks, and it trying to land on something that I think is going to be great, or it's going to land with somebody else and they're going to make it great. It's just like, I feel like a lot of music right now is like, kind of doing the same thing. And I feel like I like it when someone's like kind of experimenting with sounds. And that whole album, and then Willow's album too, was kind of like figuring it out.
For sure.
What did you say the name of the song is?
Meet Me at Our Spot.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I know this song is because it's like gigantic on TikTok.
Huge.
Is it?
Huge.
There's
like,
a dance for it where everybody's to the chorus, kind of like it's, yeah. I couldn't avoid the song because I've seen it. I've heard it like 50 times today. I like it though. I'm actually excited to listen to it like in its native environment.
Dude, that's the one thing that like social media is so great for, because when there is a good hook of a song, like it's gonna be humongous.
Yeah.
Like, and that song, that whole song is good, but like that hook is just like, if you're not singing, you have no soul if you're not singing that song like in your head everywhere you go for the next like day or so. So yeah, big shouts to them. Another release I was super excited about. Wale just put out a new album, Falarin 2, and he's got a song on there called Tiffany Nikes that I absolutely love. And just like I said about Big Sean, if you like Wale, this is what you want. Like, you're like, okay, I like Wale. I mean, it's been like 10 years now. And if you're like, I like Wale, this is it. There's nothing new here. There's no experimenting here. It's just like, if you like Wale, Tiffany Nikes is it. And that's everything I wanted in a Wale song to hear.
Oh yeah. I'm getting excited for this playlist. Let's go.
Yeah, be good.
Another, my second song is going to be from Friend Circle, a band I put on playlist a few times, put them on there last week because they had a new song come out. They had another new one come out last Friday. So it was after we had recorded. The song is called Quitters. And I've categorized them as kind of like a party punk band. But this song Quitters is like kind of a little bit different of a sound than anything I may have put on the playlist from them before. Nevertheless, it's pretty good. So put it on there and enjoy.
Cool. I'm going with Old Faithful here. Paris released a new track called My Way. And now there's a reason I did. It seems like I put every Paris release on the playlist, and I honestly don't. I don't.
Just
there are more.
Man. You do.
There are more. I hold back. But this is already one of my favorite songs they've ever put out. And another reason why I wanted to add it, this isn't necessarily a Halloween playlist that we're putting together, but this song could be added to your Halloween playlist. It's a little dark and a little heavy from the bass line that kind of drives this track, but it's also kind of dancey because, again, they've been using much more electro and synth that kind of goes in with the layers of the song. So My Way from Paris. Check it out.
Nice. All right. My last one is from Aaliyah. Aaliyah's music has been off of streaming services this whole time that streaming has been relevant. A bunch of label drama and all this stuff and stuff about her estate. But like, I was listening to this like Aaliyah's like greatest hits thing, and I was just like, God damn it, man. It's so wild. Like, this is basically like if Taylor Swift dropped dead tomorrow, like Aaliyah was gigantic. She won Best New Artist at the VMAs and then died. Like in a plane crash, like nothing crazy. It was like, well, that's crazy, but it wasn't like it was drug overdose or anything like that. It was like, yeah, like they packed the plane too heavy and it crashed. And like in the middle of her career, and she has all these songs that are so good that I haven't listened to in so long. And I'm gonna put Try Again on the playlist because that just old school Timbaland sound and all of that is just brought it all back, brought all the feels back to me. So yeah, Aaliyah, Try Again.
I remember when Aaliyah died, when that happened, I was at Sandcastle in Pittsburgh. It's a water park in Pittsburgh. I don't know why I remember that. Certain things stick. I remember that specifically. Okay, my last song for this week, another band I've put on the playlist before. They are a ska band, so let's go. Their name is Kill Lincoln. And again, that's aggressive, but they're fun. I promise. The song is called That Song. And I promise you, when you listen to it, you're going to feel like you're like playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Like it's it takes me to the skate park when I listen to this song, and it's so much fun. I hope you guys like it too.
A little nostalgia feel. I like that. Down for that. Last one for me is Brother for Sale from Mary Kate and Ashley. No, we'll look for it. We'll look for it. That was an amazing callback. I love that. Dreamer Boy and my girl Benny collaborating on a new song called Are You Letting Go? Now, Dreamer Boy, not to be confused with Dreamers, but he's kind of a hazy pop artist / producer out of Nashville. And we all know Benny. Love Benny. Put her on the playlist a number of times. Hopefully this means more new music coming from her. But they put out this song. It kind of has this creative dream pop sound to it. And we used to like think auto-tune was like really cool when it first came out. And then it was just like really trash because everybody realized you didn't have to be a good singer. You just throw it in auto-tune. But now it's kind of swinging back around. And when it's being used in a creative sense, I think it makes a really cool sound. And they do that here, both with Dreamer Boy and Benny use kind of the auto-tune with the vocals. It's done in a much more artistic way now versus just trying to be cool or actually trying to fix how badly you are as a singer. So Are You Letting Go from Dreamer Boy and Benny.
Nice. I'm excited for this playlist. We're all very passionate about the things we put on the playlist this week.
Yeah.
So
it's a good one.
am super excited. Any final thoughts on the brunch breakdown today, boys?
Nah, just like, don't go to a haunted house. Like, just don't even do it. Don't like, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't work there. Don't go there. Don't support the people that I don't like it. I just don't like it. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I know somebody who owns one and they probably wouldn't appreciate that. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's not for me.
Yeah. Either candy corn or haunted houses, just all, scalding hot moments for Chris there at Halloween. Just not a fan. Not a fan. But yeah, for me, HalloweenTown, not made for us now, but if I would have watched it 20 years ago when we were supposed to, I think I would have liked it.
My final thought is before you decide to dress up for Halloween, look yourself in the mirror and say, does this Ted Lasso costume look like Hitler? Or not? That's all I'm saying. Look at yourself in the mirror before you leave the house and say, do I look like this person or not? Mitt Romney, you probably should have done that.
Good advice.
And that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.